everyone, what's going on? Joey Contino here, and a lot of you guys wanted me to do a vlog about the storm coming in. And today at 2:51 p.m., we're expected a higher than usual high tide, which means that, yeah, we'd probably see more flooding. And so you guys said, let's go out and explore. But what's interesting is that today's storm is a little bit different. Yesterday, we had winds pushing up the waves and the surge moving wind from east to west. Today, though, we either barely have any wind. I don't even have my normal mic on right now. We barely have any wind. In areas that we do, the wind is moving from west to east, meaning that that surge isn't pushing up as much. That aside, I figured we're still going to drive around the island. It is currently 2:40, I think. So we're almost at the highest of the high. And so I'm going to go around the island real quick, share some stuff with you. I'm currently at 3rd, or heading towards 3rd and JFK, just on the ocean. And I'll tell you this, there really isn't much flooding. The system is definitely pushing out the water. Like if you go over to the storm drains, it's working. Things are still getting pushed out, which is great, at least over here. We'll check out the other areas in a moment. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. A special thank you out to my patrons at patreon.com. It's because of them that I could be out here on a random Monday filming storm videos for you. If you want to support the channel and have your name at the end of the video, all you have to do is click the links in the description below. Anyway, let's get started. Great news, we now have our new 2025 Christmas ornaments in stock. Here is a seagull driving the tram car, and yes, seagulls, they can drive. And our other one is Santa as a lifeguard. I love this one. Look at those shorts there with snowflakes. Which one do you guys like? I'll put the link down in the description of the video if you want to buy one of these today, or one of our other 5 Christmas ornaments themed to the Wildwoods. Hopefully we'll see you guys on the beach. We are making our way to JFK, and every few minutes or so you'll see a massive wave crash over the seawall, as we see pretty much in every single storm. You see, well, oh, there it is, a nice one there. Look at that one. This, I have to say, is kind of normal now. Nothing too extraordinary. We're seeing it happen on all sides. We're going to go up there in a second. What's weird is seeing the waves break going this way. So we're going to stand right here and see what videos we can share with you. The road's closed off, by the way, because of said waves. So let's head over. We're looking over right here in JFK, watching the waves break. That's some pretty big waves. Whoa! Some decent sized waves breaking over here. There's another big one coming in a second. There's a lot of water, my friends. Whoa! Some decent sized waves breaking over here. There's another big one coming in a second. There's a lot of water, my friends. And so these are our conditions here, essentially at the point where the gazebo is, in which, yeah, you're seeing a lot of massive waves slamming into the wall, heading all the way down, and you're seeing us on both sides. I will tell you, though, with any other, big one coming, with any other storm, this is kind of normal. I know this sounds weird to say, but we're used to seeing the waves crash here. That's why this wall was created. It is also just very crazy to see the strength of the storm as it rolls in. Like I said before, the air right now is moving from west to east, which is making this not as bad, which is actually pretty good for us here. Let me show you some of the views that I see. Here we are at the Jetty, which is taking the root force of the storm. Before then, it breaks up a little bit and heads down. You can see the force of these waves. It's got really wet there. These are monster mountains coming in. wave. There's a big wave coming right here. Let me back up for a second. Oh, I'm gonna get wet here. Oh gosh. Yep, that got me a bit. That's fine. I chose this profession. There's another big wave coming in. And it's crashing on all sides too. This is our seawall doing its job. I'll show you looking down the beach a bit. Big wave coming to crash into here in a second. Let me back up here. Like I said, while these images are quite incredible as we're watching the waves crash over the walls, I once again have to state that this is kind of normal for us. This is why this was created here, to protect, oh, it's hard to speak, it's a little cold, to protect all of our infrastructure. So yeah, some water is going to come in, but they're going to slowly drain out and get pumped right back out to sea. Here's a few more views. There's a big wave coming in right now. Back it up a little bit. I mean, no matter what, I'm gonna get wet. But you can see how the water is breaking on the jetty. Such force to the point to where you get pieces like this that got moved up. See that concrete piece? Oh, gonna get wet again. Gonna get wet again. Oh, backed up, sorry. And we'll pan down a little bit for you. Getting wet again. Yeah, it's looking down the beach. This is what the conditions are in North Wildwood at the point. Things are different everywhere around. We're now at high tide, high tide. Ooh. That was a weird sound. 1 second. The water, I don't know if you heard that on camera. As the water came up, there was like oh, I could show you. Let me show you. This is pretty neat. I've never seen this before. There is space between those rocks and water's got to rush out. And it's rushing out right here, which is making a big hissing sound. See how the water's going down? So that means there is some kind of gap in between the rocks. And when that happens, it gets pushed out like that. That is pretty neat. I said before, I've never seen that before I heard it. And I was trying to figure out where is that coming from? It's very different. Right here, you'll see it in a second. You'll see the water get pushed out. See some of the bubbles? Ready? Let's see. Usually you see for the bigger ones. There's some there. I'm actually noticing it on a couple other rocks. Give it a second. I'll wait for a bigger wave. You can actually see it happening between other rocks as well. There's a big wave coming in. You can see bubbles there, and then the bubbles, once again, getting pushed up from there. It's actually wetting us, weirdly enough. That aside, once again, this is normal. This is really nothing out of the ordinary. Whenever we have storms, the seawall was created to protect the barrier island, at least the infrastructure here in the city. So right now, I would say this is just fun to watch and then head out. We're gonna make our way to a different area on the island because people are asking about flooding. There is no flooding, at least in this part. We'll head towards maybe 5th Street. We'll go by the marina. We'll see if there's anything really happening back that way. And I wanted to share this with you. That water that's breaking over there, it's making its way back to the drains, and the drains right now are not, yeah, sure, there's water in here, but they're not pushing out, which means this water is, thank goodness, draining out of the island. And Mother Nature's trying to come out. Look at the sun. Make it a beach day. What are you doing here? I find myself now at 4th Avenue, walking towards the marina. In which, yeah, sure, there is some water, but this is nothing major. This is, I would still consider this minor flooding. I'd say maybe we're looking at 7 inches of water. But nothing too bad. You got this car here trying to get through. I don't know if that's smart, but he's high up there. I once again have to stress that you should really never drive in this water. Actually, you shouldn't be walking. I'm walking in. I mean, I'm still sticking my 7-8 inches of water right now. But yeah, don't drive in this water, mostly because it creates wake. And let's say that, you know, you're good on your water levels because it's only at, I don't know, 1.5 feet. But if it goes up another 9 inches, then the water comes in. Well, if someone drives by, that could be enough to bring wake of this water into your house, which is a major problem. But we are slowly making our way back to the bay. We just pulled through perfectly good, actually. But gotta continue onward. Show you. Oh. This is looking up New York, and this is looking south. The water is up to my knees though, so that's fun. But at least it is not cold. Seriously, I know you're probably saying you have to be freezing. It's actually not that bad. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. That aside, while the flooding may look bad, it doesn't seem like anyone's houses are flooded. It's mostly just some of the streets, and the water is still getting pumped out, which is why, like, New Jersey Avenue is pretty much dry over here. The infrastructure in place is helping to kick this stuff out. Now I'm gonna make my way over to the boat ramp. There's a little bit of a dock over here. I'll show you what that looks like before I head back to my car, and then we'll probably head up towards the boardwalk. Funny enough, it's actually getting more shallow as you get closer to the boat ramp. But you'll see in a second, the boat ramp is just like a dive in, like a pool. You'll see, as the water is still being pushed out. I don't know if you could actually see the water being pushed out onto the street. This is the boat ramp at 5th, and yeah, the water is being pushed out. You see, the poor fish are trying to fight it. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. You'll get back out there, don't worry. Keep an eye out for any crabs. Don't need them to bite my feet. But yeah, the water is being pushed because of high tide. And that's what's being pushed into the street. I need to add, someone had dressed like, hey, how come there isn't like a stop gate at the beginning of the ramp? That also would not stop the water from coming in. You know, the thing you run into down here is the fact that our waters will just continue to rise. And the only real way to stop it is if you built like bulkheads that are, what, 16 feet up there? You know, that just seems very impractical, because then, you know, it'd be way too high. But we'll make our way up, show you what things look like up here in the back bay. And which, yeah, it's high. It's weird. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you could see that. The ramp down is just perfectly flat with the deck. This is how things look like back here. Just extra water. Nothing too crazy. I'll pan this way real quick towards the marina. See some of the boats. The current is actually, I feel like it's slowing down a little bit, but not at the same time. It's not like dragging anything, but it's still flowing in. It's a golf ball. Look at that. And then there's another ramp over here I wanted to share with you, because it almost looks like a current back there. This was referring to the way that the water was coming out. Almost looks like there's a current. A strong current coming out. You wakeboard a little bit on that, right? What's funny is every once in a while you'll see like a fish head into the stream. But yeah, this is bay is meeting right into the roadway. We have a nice little current here in North Wildwood, as the bay is just lined up perfectly with the ramp, the boat ramps at 5th Avenue. The water's coming through. Every once in a while you see some fish. Hits this little bump and then heads right out. That said, we're gonna go to higher ground, aka the Boardwalk, and see what the conditions are like over there. Now the wind, as I said before, either has died down or you'll hear a little bit from time to time in the video. I don't have my usual microphones. It actually broke on the drive over here. We just found out to order new ones. But yeah, we're gonna make our way back over to New Jersey Avenue and then head up to the Boardwalk. And the water is starting to move out a bit, even though I showed you that it looks like the water was coming in. But if you look to where the lines are on things, it is going out. You can see on the fence line as well. Slowly, just gonna head out. And this is an hour after what I would say would be the high tide. I think that the predictions of what would have been more went down a little bit just because of the wind. Once again, the wind definitely helped out a lot by going the other direction. And this is what happens when you're driving. See all this weight that's being made? If you go fast enough, it causes damages in garage doors and things. But you can see how quickly the waves get bigger and faster, and then they'll slam into things. Luckily, there's nothing down this end that's low. But then again, like this one here, for example, if the tide was a little bit higher and you went by quickly, it would have damaged those kind of doors. Almost back on New Jersey Avenue. And we're halfway pretty much through the video. And a few things. One, don't tell my wife I'm walking in the water without shoes on. She's gonna kill me. Seriously, don't. I will get in a lot of trouble. I wore flip-flops the whole time. I couldn't get to my water shoes, so this works out here. Second of all, thank you again to my Patreon members. I keep saying these in my videos, but guys, it really is because of their support that we can do stuff like this, where I could drop everything and run down the street and go film things. So if you want to consider maybe being a part, so I don't want to fall off, being a part of the Wildwood Video Archive, I have the Patreon link in the description down below. You help us buy new gear and awesome new equipment so that we're able to continue what we do down here. 11 years, which is strange to think about. 11 years doing this stuff. This storm, by the way, at least today's stuff, really honestly is not as bad. Don't I feel bad? I'm passing by a fish. Sorry, buddy. It happens. Anyway, let's head up to the Boardwalk. This is what I think you guys have been waiting for. How do things look on the Wildwood Boardwalk? Unlike the photo that Facebook group made, no, we did not have 12 feet of water up on the boardwalk, but we do have ocean waves crashing onto the beach, and those waves are all the way over here, which is kind of interesting. Look at this. Waterfront views, man. Waterfront views. Whew. That, my friends, is a lot of water. The good news is that the water was higher before. It was all the way to here. You can kind of see the little waves that were made. The water is headed out. If you do hear, it sounds like a fire alarm and one of the buildings are going off. Probably because it got wet. Probably the smoke factory one right behind me. What I found interesting, though, is that Max and Sam's are still open during all of this. So if you want lunch, you can come on up. But the only real dry part of the beach right now is right over here for the marbles, which was leveled for the marbles. And then right here. It is honestly crazy to see the water like this. Looking down the beach. And I wasn't joking. Max is actually open right now. They're making pies. She smells really good. I'm getting hungry. And there's a few folks up here. we'll make our way to the other side of Mariners Pier and share with you what that looks like. But it looks like things are dying down a little bit. Not too shabby. Oh, and for those asking, are things still open on the boardwalk? So now that Maurice Pier is closed, Columbus Day weekend here and gone, this is where I start saying we're like at the end of the season. Shoulder season's pretty much, we're there. But there's still a lot of fun events and things to do down here in the Wildwoods. In the off season, we got Christmas, we got Halloween stuff, Thanksgiving stuff. So do make sure you check out our events and just get ready for fun. There's so many fun, I don't think people realize we are a year-round town. And we got so many year-round restaurants now. So, but let me give you a view down the boardwalk. We're looking down a very, very wet Wildwood boardwalk. Actually, weirdly enough, it's actually pretty warm out today. What is interesting is that crews are working today to shut things down for the season. You walk by the hot spot, they actually get their equipment outside, they're scrubbing things down and closing it down for the year. Maurice Piers, they're power washing, I don't know if you can hear them, and they're taking rides apart at the same time. It's a lot that's happening. Seriously, there's the hot spot. They're scrubbing and cleaning. Maurice Piers is over here, you can hear them power washing and taking things down. A lot of work going on. Oh, they're power washing their grills too. We're at the Wildwood Lifeguard headquarters, where there's some water out here. Like I said before, it is always interesting to see all the water piling up on the beach. I honestly want to say that this water is left over A, from the rain, but B, from high tide at 1 a.m. Because this is not really pushing up. If anything, it's going back. You can see where the water was at. And I think that this is exactly where it was at 1 o'clock in the morning when we posted for you guys. As I'm recording this video, I just got a notification from Wildwood PD that the George Redding Bridge, the one that was closed yesterday because of all the flooding, is open. And it's open in both directions. There's still some flooding, but nothing that's insane that makes you go, I can't get through that. Now, I probably won't go that way. I'd rather just leave my car where it is. In about 2 hours, a lot of this water would be heading out the other direction, which makes life a lot easier for all of us. All right, before I let you go, a little story time. I don't typically drive on the island. I typically bike everywhere. Obviously, I'm not gonna bike everywhere today. Forgot where I parked my car. I know, it's stupid of me. I finally found it. But yeah, I totally forgot where I parked my car. I should just have my bike with me. Yeah, if it wasn't flooded today, I think I would have biked everywhere. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for joining me. I know today's video was a little strange, and I do have the Seagull with me. I'm not going to risk it. The wind gusts are up to 25 miles an hour. I don't like flying after 12. So no Seagull today, and the rain's actually starting to pick up as well. You actually could kind of see it, the wind picking up too. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please do subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. And as always, I'll see you on the beach, which it's right over here. It's right over there. I'll see you later. Bye.